Welcome to the Round One Podcast, and if this is your first time listening, welcome. Oh,
Welcome.
hello.
Good. I was under the table for the past few minutes. Just chilling.
Okay, that's a bit. Sorry. Anyway, hello guys. It's us, the Round One Podcast.
Welcome back to episode 2.
I'm actually here this time.
Yeah, for the first time in...
We're gonna
And Dylan's not.
Yeah, Dylan got some personal issues going on, so
When I looked at you, when I looked at you do that, when I saw you do that, all I could think of was
Our topics for today.
Yes.
technology and 2020. How bad could it get?
really bad.
I don't think any of us want to answer that question, but we kind of have to.
Yeah,
so it's
we're being
okay.
forced to by the Council of Miles.
The
Council
decision
of
of
me.
Miles.
Okay, so is there like anything that's weird with technology that's been in the past 20 years that you guys think?
Past 20 years.
Okay, well, none of us are really 20 yet, so we can't really answer
Okay,
that
Back
question.
to the Future. They're like, man, they're gonna have flying cars by 2015.
That was a lie.
We had people putting jars of poop under their bed, and snorting.
Then they're like fermenting it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
We're so smart. We're so technological.
You realize that like there's a
Technology.
movie called Blade Runner with Harrison Ford, and that future's like set in 2000 I think in 2018, 2019, right? Or like 2016, somewhere around that time period. They said we'd have like a bunch of neon buildings and like a bunch of weird technology, like futuristic
Have you been to
suits.
Dubai?
That's Dubai though. Like it's
Dubai's
like, have you
ahead of everybody's time.
dude. I
They're
wouldn't be
living
surprised
way
if
far in
Dubai
the
was the
future.
first one to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Ah.
Anyway, anything really. I can't really think of anything interesting though, like about technology. I know a bunch of stuff that like has been advancing, like gaming and everything like that.
Everything's getting speedier.
Better
Well,
graphics.
think about it like this: Frozen 2 or Frozen 1. Sorry, bad example. Frozen 1, they had like not very good graphics and nothing explained in every detail. So like for example, everything was just merging into each other like the walls, and there was no like intricate detail everywhere. Well, let's see. In Frozen 2, you can see every stone on the beach or every blade of grass on. I'm just saying that it's only been 5 years and the graphics are still
sexy.
going up.
What's weird is that we're able to deep fake like a bunch of celebrities.
Oh yeah, man. Like that could get like a ton of people in trouble. Like, man.
Quarter Digital, they're a YouTube channel that does a lot of VFX, and what's cool is that they deep fake Tupac for a Snoop Dogg music video. And that's actually really cool. I'm like, that's surprising. It took like them like less than a week to do so. I'm like, that's really weird considering how long a deep fake could actually take. There was a deep fake a couple years ago, I think it was about a year or so ago, that I don't remember who it was. I think it was like, I wish I could remember who it was actually. It's like, it was on my head, now it's not. But it was like so realistic that I couldn't even tell the difference. I couldn't see the lines on his face moving. I thought it was actually like the real person, and like I was freaked out because technology allows you to do like phone calls and everything, but it also allows you to do stuff like a deep fake, and that scares me so bad because it's the future. It's gonna happen.
What if somebody, like, just imagine somebody deep fakes you into like some sort of like ISIS video, and then bam, you're getting like.
You could get in so much
yeah.
trouble for it. Is there anything like that you guys like would seem like? What is like technology? What about technology that is scary to you guys?
I
Scary.
think cloning.
Yeah.
That sounds
Mm.
like they can kind of do it, but like they need a ton of like.
Didn't they successfully like clone a sheep in like 2011?
It was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or
Why
was
a
it,
sheep?
it was pretty long.
They're getting closer to cloning, and they're actually really close to doing what Jurassic Park
When
did.
they mean cloning, they mean like
Like copying the DNA from another.
yeah.
And
So-
breeding it with similar DNA to recreate.
Yeah.
Like,
So
as in Jurassic Park, when they found, like, DNA from a mosquito, like, with dinosaur blood that it took over, and they took that out, and then they mixed it with animals' DNA that was really close to it, and then they recreate these species. That's what we mean by cloning.
Yeah. I think that would be pretty freaky, but like that takes a ton of different like DNA samples to actually be able to recreate like a person, and that would be like really inhumane. So like on one hand, if like a person can get cloned, man, that would be scary. Like
I honestly wouldn't even know what to do if like the government successfully cloned a person. and like even if it didn't have any memories of the person it cloned, but it had a personality, that would scare the ever living
Yeah.
hell out of me.
It's just like
Only because, like, think about it. What if you went home the next, like, that morning from school, and you see a clone of you sitting on the couch?
dude, I would freak out. I'd be like, wait a minute.
It'd be very hard to tell which one was the real one because I feel like both of them would want to die.
Oh my god.
Brayden.
What's funny about, like, cloning and, like, how technology advances like that, they've been trying to clone animals for years. I think the cloning process started, like, a long time ago, like in the 1800s. They just didn't have the proper technology.
Dang.
And they didn't have the proper technology to do so. But and like I think in like the 70s they like tried cloning like dogs, like little like animal, like tiny animals like guinea pigs or whatever. But then like they cloned a sheep as I said earlier. I don't remember what the sheep's name was, but it wasn't
Shrek.
Oh my
Shrek.
god.
Dude, if
Because
I
the
ever get a
sheep
sheep,
named
Okay,
I'm
okay,
naming
wait. I have a
Shrek.
story about the Shrek. Okay, so one time there was a farmer and he named his sheep Shrek. I'm not kidding. And one time Shrek escaped, and for 3 years they couldn't find him. And a hiker was hiking up in the mountains, and they saw sightings of a sheep that was literally like a cloud. Because if you don't know, sheep need to be sheared. I think that's a term for it. Because they just keep growing and growing and growing. I don't know how it works in the wild.
I don't
They
know
probably,
how it
like,
works.
rub against like a tree or something.
But a hiker found him in a cave. He had like over like, I think it was like, I want to say 50 pounds of wool on him, but you couldn't see his face. That's how much wool he had, and he was green. He was green and yellow. It was crazy.
The wool was green or his like
Shrek.
skin.
The wall was green and yellow, and he was still alive in this cave.
He was probably like rolling around in the grass and stuff.
Yeah, and then when they cut him, it was like literally probably 50 pounds.
He would
a
have been
lot
like,
of wool.
whoa, I
Let me
don't
look up
wait.
Shrek the sheep.
Shrek the sheep.
I'll put a picture up probably on the TV for
Shrek.
when editing because that's what I do.
And then after the Shrek the sheep, Shrek the sheep, we're gonna put up a real Shrek, but like a beautiful, handsome Shrek. Right?
God,
Please.
I'll do it then.
I love you. Thank you. Oh. Back to technology.
Yeah, even like space travel is weird. What? Show the table.
Is it actually named Shrek?
Oh my god.
Shrek is a big boy.
Anyway, what did I say?
Awkward silence. I don't know. Something about space.
Oh yeah, space travel. Oh my goodness, Joseph.
Are you just like discovering
He
Africa
gained
over
an
here?
international fame in 2004 after he avoided being caught and shorn for 6 years.
How much wool did he lose after that?
He died in 2011.
Still 7 years
Shrek
afterwards,
the sheep
though.
dies.
Rest in peace, Shrek the sheep.
Anyway, space travel. Last time we went somewhere was like on the moon was in the 90s. That was 20 plus years ago that we went to the moon. The first time we went to the moon was in the 60s.
Well, the last time we went to the moon was the last time because the next time they tried it blew up and NASA couldn't afford to risk other people's lives and the money to keep creating new spaceships and risk that explosion to happen again. So that's why we quit.
It's because the Challenger effing exploded. I need to show you guys that video. And then the Challenger effing exploded.
Guess how much it weighed?
How much did it weigh?
60 pounds.
Oh my
The
god.
sheep itself or the wool?
The wool.
Oh my gosh.
Shrek was a national icon.
Obviously, look
He
at
was
him.
taken to the prime minister to celebrate his 10th birthday.
Alright.
He was named after the ogre Shrek because he lived in a cave.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Shrek didn't live in a cave.
Yeah, he did.
If
in the
you
book.
live in a
The book he
cave
did.
for
I was
6
like, you
years,
didn't live
I'll
in a
call
cave.
you
This is a
Shrek.
nice little hut.
What I
lives in
what I
a nice
find
house.
very weird about this is that literally, think about it. That sheep has more fame than we do.
Yeah.
That's sad.
There are dogs on Instagram with more followers than us.
Dude, there's a mayor. There's a dog that got elected for mayor.
Oh my god, that's a great.
Puppy man.
But like, as I said, technology is like so. It's advanced in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So well.
Think about this. Video games have only been made for 40 years.
As of last time we were on the podcast.
Yeah. But
40
Still,
years
though.
ago, we made
But
it.
still,
First
that's
episode
not
of
a
the
lot of
podcast.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, what's gonna happen in the next 40 years?
100 years, like in the span of the universe, that's like a blink of the eye. You know?
No, it's less than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
It's like not even.
I mean, not the universe, like the planet. Sorry, the
Oh,
universe
the
is.
planet.
The
Yeah,
universe
that's
is
a
way
blink.
way
That's-
too much.
That's like
It's not even halfway there from being like
it's like
A
half
century.
Of a blink.
Maybe a little less. It's like
Think about
It's
it's
like
an
a wink.
unmeasurable.
it's a
amount of-
wink.
It's
Anyway.
so minuscule you can't measure it.
But like even video game, even like the Super Mario, I think it was Mario 64, Super Mario 64. Those graphics were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at video games nowadays, Cyberpunk 77. That's coming out like this year, right? Or next year, Braden? I think you would know more about it than I would.
Year.
This year.
Damn.
And
Talked in a while.
Braden.
it's just weird because
Wait, keep talking.
Keanu Reeves is supposed to be in that book, in that video game, and what's funny about it is that it looks so realistic. But I personally do not believe that technology would advance so much that you're able to make a video game that's like that, to where it will have such realistic graphics that it looks like us right now. You'll get it's like almost there, but then like you'll just stop at that certain point.
Like there would be like a point where you can like tell, yeah, this is definitely a video game, and then you can tell what's definitely from real life. Because if you think about it, you got to like go through a ton of computer graphics generating to like create like an image, like just like a still frame of like a realistic human being, like a very realistic, like a super realistic human being. It takes like probably weeks, months to do that, you know? Just imagine do that in like a game. Like no way.
Well, like look how realistic GTA 5 looked. What's GTA 6 gonna look like? They've been developing it since GTA 5 came out.
Jeez. When was
So-
that?
Like
2013.
When is it coming
When
out?
I was in the third
I
grade.
know.
I have no idea, but all I know is that it's gonna look.
They haven't even confirmed like
It's-
anything about it at all. They, like for all we know, they're probably not even really making it, which would be fine because the way they're updating GTA 5 now, if they keep doing it that way, they're still gonna make the billions of money that they've made.
Yeah, but the
Billions
newer
of money?
the newest.
If
the
anything,
newer-
they'll lose more money from creating a new game than just keeping to update.
I don't think
GTA
Actually,
so.
5.
I don't think
I
so
don't
because they
think
made
so.
Red Dead Redemption 2 like about 2 years
Well,
ago,
it's
and
so much
it's
money.
made a
Red
lot.
Dead Redemption 2 came out last year, and it's made a lot of money. You're right, but like, what I'm saying is because
GTA 5 is special.
GTA 5 is different because you have a lot more things to do. Red Dead Redemption
think-
2 is just
think
a
about
Western
it.
version game. GTA 6 is just going to be an upgrade version of GTA 5. And it's really just going to be,
From-
think
for a
about
lot
it.
of people, it's
Think
just
about it.
wasting more money. And
No,
it's a
I
lot
think
of
it's
people aren't
state
going
of
to
the
make
art. That's what people's mindset is they think, okay, this is better than the last product, and it's going to be updated more than GTA 5. It's a new thing. Everybody's
it.
gonna
We have
get
to
it,
think
so
like
I'm gonna get
Fortnite. Like
this one.
Fortnite was really successful, and then they kept making updates, thinking like
People are gonna
thinking
like
that we're
it.
gonna like it more and more, and that's how they went from being one of the number one games in an instant to being really unpopular. Or like Minecraft, like they were high above
They're
ground
still
for a
up
long
there.
They're
time.
still way up
And then
there.
Fortnite came up, and then it dropped just a little bit, and it's still up there, and it's one game. And like Mojang even confirmed, they're never making Minecraft 2 because there's no point. Because they're making more
Well,
money
you
by
also gotta think about it that
continuously
Well, that's
Rockstar
different.
makes more than just GTA
That's
games.
different. Minecraft
Well, yeah,
has
but-
always been updated. Period.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
There's-
They'll make
Wait,
more
is there
money.
another platform that's only been the first version? Well, that's not first version, but just the same game.
For Minecraft, only on one version. Well, you can only mod on one version. I don't know, like, can you like restate? Can you kind of like restate what you're trying to say? Because I'm kind of confused.
Just Minecraft in general, like Mojang's game.
I don't think
like-
so.
It was never made into a Minecraft 2. It was just Minecraft.
No, that's never happened.
Mm-mm.
It's always just been updated and updated.
Which
I
is
know,
why
but
they
is there
continue
another
to
game
make
that's
as
like
much.
that?
That's why they
Is there
continue to
any
stay
games that
popular.
are like that though?
Where they just
Currently, right now, GTA 5 would be like something
Destiny
like
2. Destiny 2 lost a lot of money, actually, from the new release compared to the first
that.
one.
I think it's a smart way to like if you want to do something like if you do what Apex did and don't do what Fortnite did, pull an Apex and do do seasons, but don't do like a Fortnite and update it like every like month or so.
They updated Fortnite every week. it was a weekly thing, whether it was just minor bugs
Why?
or like new items. They updated it every week.
Because that's what they can do that. They don't
And
care.
it's-
And they hire a new team every month or something.
And that's why I'm saying, like, if they make new games, they're just losing more money.
Yeah,
and
but,
that's
like,
why they
keep, like-
continue to update games.
Not necessarily though.
I mean, yeah, but Fortnite definitely lost a lot of money because of their update, and they're like,
Yeah, they got
oh, let's
really
make Chapter
unpopular.
2, and it'll be so much better.
And that's where they lost money because they
Braden
they
stopped
redid
playing
the
it
entire
after
thing.
after Chapter 2. Like, Noah stopped playing it like, you didn't really play
I
it.
played like twice.
I played a couple times too, but I didn't play much. Yeah, but as I said, do what Apex does because they have seasons, and like they don't update the seasons for like a couple months because the newest season 4 has a new champion called Revenant or something like that, and he like is a cybernetic assassin, and it's like it's so cool because they all have like different abilities, but that's what Fortnite did wrong is that they made it too appealing to kids, and then they tried to like appeal it to adult like teenagers and everything. That's what made the update such crap. But if you want to do something like that, pull Minecraft, do something with something like Minecraft or something like GTA 5, to where it's one game and people love it, and if you just keep updating it, people are still gonna like it. As long as you promise to keep updating what people actually want to play. Like the Nether update's coming to Bedrock
Minecraft.
Edition pretty soon,
Mhm.
and
When
I
is
think
that coming out?
To be decided, but usually we always get a summer update and a Christmas update. So most odds
Most
are it'll
likely
be
probably
out by the end of May.
yeah. So we're probably gonna get the Nether update because when was the last time you played? 7th, 8th grade, right? They've gotten an aquatic update, a couple other
Village and Pillage,
Village and
Exploration.
Pillage,
What's that?
Explorate,
They
more
added
villages and pillagers, like
Oh.
pirates.
different
They're
types of villages, and they
Yeah.
redid
They're
all
like
the
The
structuring.
weird castle people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The castle people.
Yeah.
but like they actually updated like really well, and they don't change really anything about the game. The only thing if they take something out,
Sometimes
they
they'll do
texture it.
redesigns for textures,
Okay,
but it
the
is on the
limit-
That's
rarest
the
occasion.
only thing that I can consider them like losing money for,
The
like
limit
retexturing.
to
and
Minecraft
stuff.
is your imagination. Just think about that.
That's where other games go
The
wrong.
possibilities for the blocks to be in the right place for you to make it is just,
People make pixel art of realistic people, and it's
Yeah.
so cool looking.
I mean, it's endless, and that's why that game is fun. Is because your imagination is the limit, and when they update that, that only goes higher.
Noah, tell them how big your world is on your Xbox,
Which one?
the city one that you're making.
Oh, and you mean in like
The city one,
What
the one
measurement?
that we help you make,
what measurement?
like blocks.
In blocks? I
Like,
don't know.
what's like, how big would you say it is compared?
in like blocks?
Yeah, how big would you
Well,
estimate
like
it?
you sent it to the group chat. How many what measurement did you use when you sent it to the group chat? All I know
In
is you said it was over
buildings, it
100.
was in
I probably
buildings.
placed a couple.
Oh yeah, you said there was like over 100 buildings, right?
Yeah, there's about 150 buildings. And most of them are skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Once
you
I
gotta-
get Minecraft, I'll count. how
So,
many
so
blocks
you
it
got to
is.
think about it like this. He has over 100 buildings, and each block is 3 feet by 3 feet. So his city is bigger than pretty much every city out in the world right now.
Well, no.
Well,
but-
not building wise, yeah. Like that's how big is your tallest building in Minecraft? To block limit?
No.
Oh.
Two. No, not two. Like one.
2, just 2 blocks.
180.
180.
The
What's
Burj
180
Khalifa-
times 3?
The Burj
300,
Khalifa is
3
like,
times 8 equals 24. 300.
I think it's like
540.
yeah.
540 feet though. That's
That's
still a
nowhere
lot.
close.
That's nowhere near close.
to the Burj
Well,
Khalifa.
I don't even know what the Burj Khalifa
It's
is.
the tallest building. in
Tallest
the world.
building. in
Well,
the world.
what's the measurement of that?
A
I
lot.
think 1,800 feet.
Holy moly! Anyway, my calculations are wrong. I get it.
But back to the
but
original.
like block wise though, like it's still pretty big. Not height wise,
Mhm.
but like going like thousands of blocks
Nice.
one direction, thousands of blocks the other direction. It's pretty
Either
big.
way, it's just a big
Yeah,
world.
It's a
Big.
really cool world.
I've seen a pretty big world, probably bigger than that.
All I
Yeah,
know is that
'cause
it is.
I,
a picture.
I remember seeing these people worked on this project for like years, and they rebuilt the entirety of Middle Earth, which is like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and it took them years, and they
There's a section.
rebuilt the entirety of it, and it's just insane.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's just a section of it.
But
He's
back to
still
the
building
original
onto it.
argument.
You can see everything.
Updating the game is the safest thing you can do to make sure you don't lose money, because when people start losing interest in your game, adding new things is gonna regain their interest. Like, for example, GTA, when it first came out, there was, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like a while ago before the Doomsday Heist update, the ratings dropped, and then they released it and they went right back up. Or like a few months ago, their ratings started getting low again. They released a Diamond Casino update, and now they're adding new drag races like NASCAR like race cars
Yeah.
and stuff.
Nice car.
And they're bringing the ratings right back up, and that's why I say that you'll gain a lot more money by just continuously updating and redesigning games instead of just creating an entire different one. I mean, obviously, if they're story-driven games, that's a different.
Yeah, so if like you released like any like from GTA, like what was like it was GTA 3, from GTA 3 to GTA 4. That doesn't sound like much, but there was like a bunch of games.
yeah,
between.
there's like San Andreas
Vice City, a bunch of other games. But those were all story driven. You didn't really have multiplayer options for
Mhm.
those kind of games.
4 there.
Yeah,
was one.
but it
Oh,
wasn't really like
It was
good,
really good
quality. Or like I just had this game, Dying Light. What they've been doing before, so they released that they were gonna come out with Dying Light 2, which is gonna happen later on this year, and so what they started doing is their game's been out for a long time, and they've only like their ratings have been like at the same usually, but they've been when they added new updates and new items, they would skyrocket back up, and now that they're having Dying Light 2, people are all excited for it, but a lot of people aren't gonna. But that game was more story driven in the first place because the open world really wasn't that much to do, honestly.
Yeah, so if you're gonna make a second game, make sure the first game is story driven.
But if your game's like multiplayer based and just screwing around, having fun, then just keep updating it.
Personally, I can't think of any games on the top of my head. They're story driven multiplayer games. I can't think of any of them.
Destiny.
Yeah, but I know people who play Destiny. I just don't.
Or like
haven't.
Rainbow Six Siege. It's not a story driven game, but it's not a game that they're gonna release a
remake.
second one because it's just releasing new games. It costs a lot more than just to upgrade it, and even then, if your new game is terrible, you just ruined your entire like production company.
Well, that's the thing with like Call of Duty. You can't exactly just keep updating because they're all story driven games, but they have multiplayer options.
Mhm.
If you're gonna do something like that, have a story driven game, but also have multiplayer options so you can still play the game you love with your friends. So you don't have to be like, oh, you guys should buy this game and play this game. Buy it and play it with us.
Meme review.
Meme
Okay.
review.
So, let's look at this meme.
Oh, we're doing a meme review.
The meme
What?
That's
is
sick. Let's do it. Yeah.
Miles knows this meme.
I do.
Wait,
Yes.
to be clear, we're not copywriting PewDiePie. All right,
We love you.
we love you.
Send loves
Okay.
to PewDiePie.
So, trying to remember. Okay, went from World War III to coronavirus. You switched it from
No, we-
multiplayer to
Zombies.
Zombies.
For zombies. Yeah, like I don't have any memes on my phone because I delete all of them. It's pretty
I'm a
bad.
meme god here.
Oh, we should probably put up that one meme of the talking to the electricity.
Yeah, I'll put
I
it up.
can't pay my
stay
electric
hydrated.
bill.
This is a threat to the bear.
I think it's all just pretty interesting. Like, yeah, as we said, technology and how like it's advancing games so much that, as I said, I don't think it's gonna get past a certain point to where it's gonna look so realistic. It's gonna look like actual humans.
Man, we went on a tangent.
Yeah, but like it's still connected to it that way.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a talk about just a gaming episode, pretty much. But like we went like that. Basically, that's what it was.
All right, let's talk about one more technological advancement thing.
And then you want to have the ad break.
Yeah.
We get ads?
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
we're
Put that away.
sponsored,
We're
dude.
sponsored.
Yeah, we have two
Yes.
sponsors.
When did you not know this?
When did
yeah,
I-
He wasn't here last time.
Oh,
He was not here last time.
By the
get
way,
us-
episode 2.
Episode 2, just
Just
so you're aware.
reminding you.
Just reminding you, this
Yeah.
is the second one.
Yeah, so like,
Of the
what's-
second
your-
season.
So what's one technological advancement that you guys think is like, oh my goodness?
VR.
He's my dad. He's my dad.
He's my dad.
dad.
That's the number one technological
God.
advancement.
Wait, no, I only have 2 dads in this room. Who are you? I thought you.
Who are you?
I thought he was the grandpa.
I'm your stepdad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you said VR.
I have an Oculus. It's
VR.
It's an Oculus Go, so it's like it's like the crappiest version of an Oculus you can get. But VR, like, I have this game called Face Your Fears, which it's very popular for VR because it's one of those free games, and it puts you in a simulator where like if you're afraid of spiders, there's a level where you just have like spiders or like so you put it on, and sometimes it'll be like it's preferred that you sit down or it's preferred you stand up, and like the great thing about VR is you can literally go anywhere and do anything.
Don't they
and
have
just
wireless VR headsets?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm
I
talking.
bet
That's
you-
what Oculus
I bet
is.
you're gonna make like a treadmill where you can walk in any direction.
Like in Ready Player One.
No,
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick.
not like that. I don't remember what movie it was from,
Okay, no.
but it was a
If any of
square.
you guys are listening,
Yeah.
make the Oasis. That'd be if you can make that game. You wouldn't need to update it at all.
Or here's a
Basically,
reference no one will
there
get.
was a
Sword Art Online. Make something like that.
Like where you
Except for don't
if
kill
you
people
press
who
a
try to
button-
get out.
If you if you press a button, you can go anywhere because
Well,
it's
like
like
they
a
have
treadmill
so they have
almost.
joysticks.
Mhm.
So like there's a button on the joysticks that makes you move around like a controller. So you can just stand in one place and just it feels like you're actually moving.
Well, I know, but if you were actually moving, and if you could actually run, think about.
Well, that's what Ready Player One was. They had a harness that they would wear that was attached to a
I
box
know,
with a
but that's
treadmill
gonna
and
take
stuff.
a lot of time.
Well, I
to
mean, yeah, that's kind of how
You also
technology
gotta think
works.
about Ready Player One is set in the year like 2040 something, like 2042 or something like that. That's only like 20 years now from where we're at currently.
42.
I mean, Elon Musk is
People
working
are,
on
like, in
genetically
ruin,
engineered
though.
cat girls. I mean, he
People
said he
are like engineered cat girls.
Yeah, have you not heard about this?
No.
Yeah, so Elon
What?
Musk is working, or was working, or he said he was close. I remember reading this tweet because Elon Musk is one of my idols, and because
Hashtag
before I say that, not because he's making cat girls, but Elon Musk, if you think about it, when he was younger, he wanted a way for people to pay people without or making it simpler, and you know what he did? He created PayPal. Elon Musk
Well,
wanted
he-
to.
helped found.
Yeah,
Well,
Elon Musk wanted to go to the moon, so he funded SpaceX. He wanted a new car to where you could sit back and relax. He has Tesla. Elon Musk is one of those people who's actually going out and making their dreams a reality.
Like with all of his companies, he doesn't care so much. He sent his own car to space. Like he sent a Tesla
Basically,
to
the
space.
Tony Stark of.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually made an Iron Man suit and actually worked.
And it's not just selfishness either. What he literally he said we're hiring people who without high school education. So and they're getting like
That's
paid
bad,
welfare
bad.
jobs, like jobs that'll help them
That's
live their
actually
life.
really
They're probably
bad,
getting
bad.
paid more than that. They're probably
That's a
getting paid, like,
really bad idea.
really.
And the only reason why I say this, okay, for some jobs, yes, it'd be okay.
Like
But
if you go to like a
you're
fast food
setting
place,
them up
that's
to
different.
fail. And that sounds stupid. But if you think about it logically, when you give someone something that they've never had before, they'll never know what they lost in the first place.
That's
So,
fair.
if that makes sense, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's say that Miles here got a job at Taco John's.
Yeah.
And he got $8 an hour. Now, somebody who's working for Tesla, let's say they get paid 20. Now, Miles doesn't think it's fair that he's getting paid 8 to make tacos.
No, hold up. That's completely different. So, if I went into the military, I can get paid $26 an hour for filming stuff and going to different
Okay,
countries.
but you've gotten a high school education.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Okay, I get what he's saying. So, if you don't have a high school education, you're working like a fast food place like I am and Noah is, but
And then-
and you also don't have a high
You
school
have to think
education,
about
you're
it,
not
that's how
working
the
for
world
Tesla.
But
is,
what could
though.
you do? Think about it. When you work at McDonald's, all you have to do is this. That's what you
Whoa.
have to learn how to do.
Well, it's more
Basically.
complicated
More
than that. But
complicated,
like,
but yeah.
More complicated, but that's basic. All you have to do is this. What do you have to do when he hires you? What requirements? Like what job
Well, okay.
specifically? Is it filing papers? I mean all you have to do is this and read and you're fine.
as long as you're not like illiterate or
Do
anything.
you have to
I'm
be an
illiterate.
assistant to a workman? All you have to do is like this
Me too.
random stuff. I mean, this is just very basic stuff, but without past high school education, you don't have the necessary
Really
not just
go anywhere.
not just knowledge, but experience.
Well, because
And
yeah,
that's what
You have to gain
that's what
experience
people-
from someone.
Well, that's what people are looking for
Yeah,
these days. They're
that's
looking
fair.
for experience more than knowledge, and that's why school is also going out of
But
business.
you got to think about it like this. I haven't what's it called? I haven't paid back the thing yet, but I have to. Realm Raiders, the company I had.
Yeah.
yeah.
I made a company about a year or so ago, and I had to pay back for the licensing and the name, but I might just rename it something else because I basically only wanted to make comic books. But if I rename it to Round One Productions, it can be under the podcast,
Okay.
so I don't have to just be like, oh, I want to make a different company, so I just separation. But I might just redo that. It's not even. I don't even think that. I think they lowered the price because it was originally $100 from when I did it. So I don't know if they did or not. But yeah, you can literally make a company without any experience at all. You just need to know how to
Mhm.
Google something and have money. That's all you have to do.
Back on the track though, there's this is a true story. So, my friend Colton, he's not graduated yet. He's still in high school. He gets paid more than what are they called? They're not called gaffers. You know the people who the
Yeah.
guy who comes into our first hour now. He makes
Mhm.
more money an hour than that guy does, and he works at Chick-fil-A. It's It's about
Wait, how much
choosing what
money
you want to
does
do.
how much money does Brad make?
Brad, the guy in our class?
Yeah.
I don't know, but like the type of person he is, because we were talking about this in psychology. Like Colton got a promotion and he gets paid like something like $16 an hour. And a lot of people who are going to college for education to do stuff like that don't even get paid us that much. So really, the high school education and all that, for some things, it depends on what you want to do. It's different
But
for
is that
each thing.
really want to do what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like that's back to what Elon's doing. It's not just him saying, "All right, you have no mindset, you have no experience, you don't know what you're doing. Come work for my company." It's come work for us. Let's give you some experience. Let's teach you how to do some things, and let's try and help you do the things that you want to be able to do, and then let's get you set.
You gotta understand that making him lose money.
Well, not necessarily. He's really rich.
He's really rich.
Well, he's still losing money. No matter how rich you are, you're still losing money.
I guess, yeah.
He has more money than.
Well, it's not like they're just going there and not working. It's like
No, he teaches.
Well,
them,
yeah.
like, not himself, obviously, but he hires people
Well,
to teach those people. Too.
Yeah.
Like school is free. This is the exact experience, except you're getting paid for it.
Pretty
I need to
much.
know
well,
the
a
job
lot of businesses
description,
do
but-
that too. They'll pay for their people to go to classes.
Well, if there's a job description, then I could analyze it. But with just this, with sufficient information, that's what I get from this.
If you think about it, if jobs wouldn't hire people without a high school education, you wouldn't make money. You wouldn't make money. You wouldn't make
Without a
money,
high
and
school
I wouldn't make
education?
money because we don't have a high school education yet. We're in high school, but we haven't
Well,
graduated
You
yet.
also gotta think about it like this: if we didn't have money, we wouldn't be able to afford
We wouldn't be
any
able
of
to
the
do
stuff in here.
it. That's why it's
yeah.
that's why I think what Elon's doing is a good idea because not only because it's making opportunities. It's like asking a teenager
like
to
I
go
said,
work and
it's not-
get yourself situated. Like Miles, me and you, what would you say you were doing before you got a job? What would you say your life was like and how you got the way that you
I was
are?
pretty lazy.
Unemployed.
Exactly.
Not gonna lie.
So it's not like Elon saying, "Hey, you're not doing anything. Come not do anything for me, and I'll pay you for it." It's we're learning and we're actually going out and getting. It's making us more productive and stuff. Like me, when I started at Spirit, I had no job or anything, and I was super lazy. I was always at home. When I started at Spirit, by the end of the year or the end of the season, I was working every day, open to close. And Miles can back me up on this. I would work every day, open to close, even on school nights, because it's not like.
Well, he would
Yeah,
he would
I'm trying
close.
to-
He wouldn't
I don't
open
remember.
those days, but yeah. it
Well,
makes
on
sense.
school days I wouldn't open, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
he'd be there from 10 to 10. Pretty
it's
much. I
not
think is
just
when it closed,
them
right?
giving
10
free.
to 11. I
It's
think
not
is when it
just a
closed.
free job. It's like there's still requirements, obviously, but it's like if you don't have those
You must be, like, a
requirements,
certain
let me help
age.
you.
Like they're not
get
gonna.
those
Okay, you gotta think
requirements.
about it like this. Elon Musk is not gonna hire a 16-year-old. Like he's not gonna hire any of us because we're
Mm.
not out of high school yet. He could hire a
Obviously.
20-something-year-old who doesn't have a high school education because you know what? They're older than we are. It all depends on
And
age
he can help
experience.
them
that-
better.
That's another thing. So,
And
like,
unless you're
like I was
unless
saying
you
with the
unless
thing-
you are able to convince your family to that are willing to move wherever like SpaceX, Tesla, or anything is,
Well,
you're not gonna get that
another
job.
thing.
Exactly.
Also, what I'm trying to say is just being grateful in general, like
Yeah.
for the real world.
Well, yeah.
Well, obviously, I get you're trying to say that nobody's really going to be probably in that job for the rest of their life. So, to put this on standards, what if someone from that job left and got a new job because it was like probably a lower paying job because I don't know what the situation is, but what if they didn't know it was that hard? Like, they wouldn't appreciate anything at that point. So what I'm trying to say is, so let's say that they got that job first. Like, they wouldn't. I'm trying to work this out in my head.
So-
Noah, what's your opinion on this? You've been
Opinion on what?
on
So okay,
this.
how much?
Like
do you get
Elon
paid now?
Musk doing what he's doing.
$2 an hour.
No, like how much do you actually
Seriously.
get paid, like being seriously?
Almost nothing.
$8.50, right?
Yeah.
I get paid 10.
I get
work.
paid
I work
same.
right across this, pretty much right across the way from Noah.
Except
Yeah,
the thing is that my employer is stupid and they are ageist and they pay.
Well,
the
there's
younger
also
people
legal
less.
things that prevent you from making as
Your
much
age
as
is
you
definitely
do.
one of them.
Mhm. Well, yeah, because you can't work on school nights and you can
Yeah.
only work. You're
Legally, I can.
I've worked till like
15 though.
10.
It's a company policy.
Oh, gotcha.
He can work at. He can come work at Wendy's. Yeah, I don't care. I'll
Just
say where I work.
depends.
He can come work at Wendy's, get the same pay as I do, and work some days during the week. He can work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think there's like one other day there, but he can work pretty much 4 days a week, get paid $10 an hour, and work 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not like during school days, but like
I
You-
can't.
Well, I mean, I did
wouldn't
it,
be
but that's
capable.
because I was
Once
crazy.
you start getting a job and have a car, you just have freedom. Like you don't
Well,
realize
Except
how
you
much
can't
you.
smoke, you can't drink, and you can't.
But you can die in the army. To be clear,
If you
die
don't
in the
know,
army.
smoking is actually a restriction to yourself because that's what you want. That's what your body wants and not what you need. And so, on the opposite
That's like
part, a
saying
job
like
is freedom.
cars restrict you, or like this.
No,
It's like
no.
saying the podcast is restricting us because
What's-
it's something that we don't need, but it's something that we want.
what's stopping
Not
any of us?
necessarily, because smoking doesn't get you anywhere.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
Let's
this
start us.
there's a
Let's
possibility
stop.
right
Let's
here
stop.
that this could
Let's
get
just
us
stop.
nowhere. You never know.
Stop.
It's
That's why we
something
have
that's-
jobs
Stop.
to pay for
Exactly.
stuff.
Stop.
But you know
Stop.
what? I think that was a perfect argument to end on and go to an ad break.
Ad break time.
Not very-
Ad break time.
Ad break time.
Meme review.
About Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And here's why you should start with Anchor. One, it's free. And who doesn't like free stuff? There's a creator tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from the phone or the computer. And that's honestly amazing. We do that almost every day. And it's really awesome. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you and can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. That's really helpful because we just switched to Anchor a couple weeks ago. And honestly, it's really easy to get started, honestly. And even better, you can make money off your podcast, which that's awesome. Who doesn't like money? And it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. All you need to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do you guys like barbecue? Do you guys have trouble finding decent barbecue where you guys live? Well, if you guys look up WyoQ on Facebook, WYO-Q, you will find some amazing barbecue. It was created by Jason Enstead, and it honestly is really good. Like, it's some of the best barbecue I've had forever. So you won't find anything else better than WyoQ Barbecue. So go check out Facebook /WyoQ to get started. Welcome back, guys. That was a great ad break, wasn't it?
We took a break.
Sexy.
Yes, it was.
Exactly. But now our next topic might be a little bit depressing, I think. 2020, how bad could it get?
It's a very bad year.
We're already in the third month, and so far, Italy went underwater. Australia caught on fire.
What happened with Italy?
And flooded.
And flooded.
What happened with Italy?
Flooded.
It flooded. It
Really bad?
went under,
Mhm.
pretty much. Almost all of it. Not all
Really?
of it,
Why?
like, a lot
yeah,
of it.
like a lot of it. went
Why?
under.
How did
Water.
it flood? With what?
Water.
It just rose?
Yeah, it rose.
Global warming. No,
Really?
sea
How
ice
much?
caps.
Climate change. It was like it was able to cover some buildings.
Jeez.
And then, like as I said, Australia caught on fire, which we have merch up for Podcast
When
Australia
did
to
that
help
happen?
Australia. That happened like in January.
Really?
You really just now finding out about this?
Yeah.
I think the
Hey.
fire actually started in like December or something.
Well, yeah. It's
But
But
starting
it
to
was
close.
primarily it was primarily
I think
in
it's still
January.
going on.
Yeah.
now.
Did you know that
Didn't
the
the
army
Amazon-
of...
Wasn't it the
That was
They-
last year.
Did you know that the Australian army went up against like 14,000...
Demon spiders? Yeah.
No, like,
Kangaroos.
it was like 10,000
Kangaroos.
emus and they lost.
Yeah. Because kangaroos are like. Have you
No,
ever seen like that
emus. I said
kangaroo?
emus.
Oh, emus. I thought you said kangaroos.
I
was
said-
like, kangaroos are.
Because when they shot at the emus, the feathers would block it.
What?
An emu actually flipped a truck. He got inside the truck and flipped it. I don't know how.
Australia's
The great
This is an
emu
actual
war.
thing. Look up
Because
emu.
their leg force is strong. Their legs are strong.
Yeah, and like a couple people have already died this year too. It's
Couple.
Kobe Bryant died, his daughter with him, and like 7 other people. And then like so I've heard of some other celebrities who died so far. Does anybody care looking it up? And
That's
see?
what I was
in
doing.
Juice World?
Juice WRLD died in December.
Like it was very like it was almost
It was-
2020 though. It was like
well,
the 21st,
It was like
right?
2-3 weeks before.
Oh.
Before
I
the
don't
new
think it
year.
wasn't-
Yeah, because it was
but
before Christmas break.
Yeah, so it was like the 20. It was like a couple of days before though.
Who has died within 2020?
Within 25.
Everybody.
What?
Here's what I found.
Why is your Siri British?
Because she sounds sexier that way. You have a problem?
Dude, when I had an iPhone, I had Siri. I had an iPhone at one point, Joseph.
I'm glad that you switched.
But when I had Siri, I had mine as a male Brit, like a British male, because it sounded
Hello.
cool.
welcome, you wanker.
Siri's like,
Here's what I
you
found.
ask her any questions today. Sorry, I don't know that. What's the time? Sorry, I'm not able to do that.
Sorry, I'm trying to find some of these people who are actually important. I mean, like, they're all important, but, like,
Imagine owning an iPhone.
imagine not owning an iPhone.
It's 4:50 p.m. But yeah, all I know is a couple people have died. I'm hoping Betty White doesn't die this year. That'd be tragic.
Because then
I hope
Betty
Dave-
White's never gonna
I
die.
hope-
She's this
I
old.
hope
She's
David Attenborough doesn't die.
Who's David Attenborough?
John
hope
F.
like
Kennedy's
99%
gonna
of
die.
the
Commentator
people
for
don't
BBC Earth.
That's David Attenborough. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, cause I didn't know who that was.
Oh, the
David
commentator.
Wise, the creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Transformers, died. Yep. That was just the first thing that I saw that was
Creator-
actually kind of
so,
interesting.
so like
Creator of TNT.
the
TMNT.
TMNT. Sorry.
so like that the show Teenage Mutant Ninja, like the show, right?
Like the
early-
characters himself, and like
What?
same with Transformers. Gosh, now I have to
Who
scroll all
died?
the way back up.
the creator of the Transformers and Teenage Mutant
TMNT.
Ninja Turtles.
Wait.
David Wise, 65, American television writer, died of lung cancer.
This year,
March 3rd.
March 3rd. That was
Like
a day
last
after that we uploaded the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, a day after we filmed it.
Jeez.
That was almost a week ago.
Well,
By the time you
technically-
guys are listening to this, it would have been a week ago. It would be like over a week ago.
Yeah.
That was that's
Probably.
deaths in March.
Another
So
reason why
already.
this for our region, where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why this year's been so terrible. The weather's nice for 5 days, and then for the next 20, it's snowing and it's
Literally for the past
terrible.
couple days though,
That
it's
is
been pretty
Wyoming.
good. It's
That
been
is
pretty
Wyoming.
good though for the past couple days though.
Yeah,
It's in March though, so I don't predict anything else is gonna become
But,
good out of it.
Mike Moore, 71, New Zealand Prime Minister, died in early February.
Iranian leader.
The Iranian.
Oh boy.
Died
Oh yeah,
February
there
2nd.
was a major celebrity I saw that died besides
I just
Kobe. I don't
know
remember who it
the
was though.
coronavirus.
Yeah, I know who you're
Coronavirus,
talking
too.
about. That's the whole reason I'm looking this up.
Coronavirus can switch between animals and people.
Yeah, and they're thinking that they're if they don't stop it within but by
See what you anti-vaxxers do.
if they don't stop it by June, they said it's gonna become airborne.
No,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think it'll become airborne. It has
Well, you have to
mutate.
think about it. Ohio's quarantined right now.
The entire state of Ohio.
Why? The
How does that
coronavirus
work?
can't kill you. We're only
Yes, it
afraid
can.
Of it
There's
because-
two stages of the corona. There's like one stage which is easily cured, and then there's one stage which is causing everybody to die. Like
Well,
China has
no.
like 3,000
No,
deaths
look
already.
Look at this. What population of China are old and young?
A
Like,
lot.
dude,
Guarantee you.
Guarantee you,
at
45,
least-
40, at least 45% is old. Like,
no,
above
I would say
50.
higher. I'd say above 50 is old. And you think that 2,000 people have died in China or in
There are
the world?
4 main
That's in the
subgroupings of coronavirus known as alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. People around the world, 22.9E, NL63. Yeah, that's the
Well,
thing.
the old people have really, really, really bad immune systems, and when they catch it, they have no way of getting.
Okay. Yeah, I get
better.
what you're saying.
It's basically like the flu. No, it's like pneumonia, but not as bad.
You also gotta think about it like this: that the people who have died from it were
Or
really old
older.
people who already had something wrong with them and they were gonna die anyway,
Mhm.
or somebody who has something wrong with them and they can't control it, or
Think about it
will
like
die
this.
because of
The
it.
flu has killed over 10,000 people in the U.S. alone. The coronavirus has only killed 2,000
In the world,
in the world.
the Black Plague killed more people.
Yeah, in less time too.
And
It
all they
only
had to
took
do
a
it-
year.
Because I've seen people comparing the coronavirus to the Black Plague, and literally
No.
both cases you had to wash your hands.
Okay, well, the Black Plague, at least you didn't get boils all over your body, and you were like literally
That'd be-
dying.
Yeah, the stock market crashed today. Is crashing too. Like Italy is plummeting. I remember talking about this in psychology. And I just
The stock market is crashing, kind of, not really.
because of
Do
the
they-
coronavirus.
Oh,
we're
it's-
literally going to
because
be
that happened-
reliving the
that
past
happened
100
with-
because of the
years.
coronavirus.
That happened with the swine flu too, and like back in like 2000 some people were
It
hunkering
was like,
down.
it was like
I don't know.
2008,
They thought
2009.
the stock market was gonna crash.
No,
They
it did
thought-
crash. Like, ours
3,119
Yeah,
have
our-
died
Oh yeah,
from
it did
crashed.
crash,
In
but
Ch-
not as bad
Let's
as they
bring
thought it
let's
would.
bring the audio level a little bit down.
In total, 80,735
Let's have-
people in China have been infected with corona, and 3,100.
I hope I get the corona so I can be immune to it.
I
Well,
don't know that. I mean,
Okay, think about it like this.
All right, I'm going
When we
back
give-
to looking at dead
When we
people.
give antibiotics to people, it's not the antibiotics that kill the virus. Nothing can kill the virus but your body. Nothing. It can help your body to kill the virus, but your body is initially what kills it off, because you can't program to do something in your body because your body already knows what it's doing. So that's what antibiotics do. They kind of aid your body and help it to fight. So we haven't discovered yet how to destroy this virus, and that's okay because our body knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
There are plenty other viruses out there that are 100 times more deadly than this that we can survive.
Well, that's the weird thing is that like people were making memes about it. Yeah, World War III also like happened.
There's also stages of the flu.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah, and some of
But-
the stages can kill you
Yeah.
if
Have they
not
killed
That's
me?
treated.
I've gotten
also
the
if
flu
you're
too.
weak or
I've
if
gotten
you're
Well,
the
average
flu.
human.
That's what I'm saying. If not treated, it can kill.
I've
And a lot of
never got a
corona.
flu
There's
shot in my
multiple.
life.
There's multiple stages of corona. There's one that's easily helped, which is like hand sanitizer, percentage of like a certain percent of alcohol and all of that. And then there's one that they
yeah, because
cannot
all you
fix,
freaking people who
which
are
is
buying
why they're
toilet paper
quarantining.
and hand sanitizer from Walmart. Did you guys see this on Facebook?
It has to be a specific alcohol level
No,
too
no.
in the hand sanitizer.
Not even that. All the hand sanitizer and all the toilet paper at Walmart was taken and bought by like a lot of people because they thought they were gonna get the coronavirus if they didn't wash their hands and
I
like
mean, toilet paper.
toilet paper to go home
Yeah.
and like
Dry
bunker
their hands
down
with?
with. Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much or
Oh.
something like that because they
I
don't.
meant to poop on. I was like, what the heck?
But as
then,
I said,
like-
there's like all diseases have multiple stages, and as some of them can be cured if treated, a lot of them can't if
Yeah.
treated, and that's why corona isn't just the people are seeing corona as one big virus, but it's really not. Coronavirus is really viruses. There's multiple stages, there's multiple types, and some of those types
That doesn't
will
mean
kill
you
you.
should be afraid of that.
Exactly.
But the problem is that
But-
just because
You
you
can't-
could be immune to it, Joseph, doesn't mean everybody else. Could
Which is why
Okay,
Ohio
let's-
is quarantined.
Let's say something. You probably can. Okay. We don't understand it very well, and that's why people are afraid of it.
Yeah, that's what
But
I.
that's what the media does. The media takes it, it throws it out there, and it says, "Oh my gosh, people are getting infected. People are dying," and people keep going onto their websites because that's what they want. They want money. The more people that see it, the more money they get, and they're getting more money, and the world is going crazier. But that's why there's also fake news. There's also things about the coronavirus that are not true.
Well, that's why like I try to compare aliens to the coronavirus and like anything like that. That's like people that don't know much about it, don't like, they are scared of it. You don't know what aliens look like.
Exactly.
We don't know what anything looks like besides what we all look like and what animals that we know look like. For all we know, aliens could look exactly like us. For all we know. And if we
Yeah.
were to go to another planet, for all we know, that they look like we're the aliens to them. We invaded them, and we decided to land there and take over.
I am so illiterate. I've read all these names wrong entirely, but I'm just. You don't know how many names I've gone through.
12.
No, it's
13?
It's
At
Seven.
least one.
Let me see.
At least 3.
well, this is just. I just finished February. I've been searching through March and February the entire
Goodness.
time.
A lot of those people aren't actually like genuinely famous, you know, like maybe.
But they were famous
But
at
they
one
were-
point. Like, there was a famous football player who died a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He was in the 80s when he was a
I've read
football
like 4
player.
different Canadian football players, one New Zealand one.
Or people that are like news reporters, you know,
Mhm.
that like.
There was a fire at our
Regional.
school.
Oh, yeah.
Not the first time it's happened.
No, but it's the first time this year.
Well, this year, yeah.
Not surprised, though. I figured
This
something was
decade.
going to
No.
happen.
That's because that was because a student had. There's multiple rumors going around it, but 99% of the rumors are about a student who wanted to started it, and then went
No, I
in
didn't
and
hear
reported
that.
themselves.
What I had, it
That's
was
what me and
actually
Miles
a,
and
girl. It was a
Noah
her.
heard.
It was a
It
girl.
It was a girl.
So,
So she
what I
was
what I had
smoking.
heard from what I heard from a teacher is that she went out there, went smoked, dropped the cigarette, and didn't put it
Yeah.
out, and then that's what caused the fire.
And then, but she did go in and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I did this."
Yeah.
But at least she was. But as we said, I think she shouldn't get as big of a punishment as she should have. But definitely,
what
definitely
was her
suspension.
punishment?
Definitely, I think I don't think it's suspension, but I think it should be suspension, not expulsion. Expulsion only because she turned herself in
Mhm.
and gave like I did this, I shouldn't have. Yes, she took discipline
Responsibility.
and like did her duty, but like yo, I did this, I shouldn't have. Let's get over it. Blah blah blah. And I don't know when that. It's definitely the first time in the past couple of years that it's happened. We have like 4 fires in like near where our school is.
Well, there was a fire in one of the bathrooms and like.
Oh, yeah,
gosh,
well, I'm
that
not-
was stupid.
So that's the second time at this school year.
The field fire was dangerous because it could have spread to the houses.
Who plays
There
rugby?
was
Why
a-
are so many people playing
And
rugby?
smoke, And okay, this is the thing about house fires. House fires, if there's even a small fire in any of the rooms, it ruins the house.
Christopher
Because-
Tolkien, 95, British
well,
academic and
depending
editor,
on how
died.
severe it could be. Depending on how severe it could be, it could ruin the house value.
Yeah.
And just ruin the house in total because it's just the smoke. I mean,
Well,
there's a smoke line.
It also could. Well, it wouldn't technically ruin the school because it's made of brick.
Yeah.
But like, it could burn the
It
trees
could
near the
replace
school.
it.
And if the glass gets hot enough again, it could either bend or break.
Shatter. We'd be fine though. We were up.
We were up above, but people below us wouldn't have been. If the fire spread any closer.
It wouldn't have gotten in either. It was just brick on the outside.
Well, yeah, but like there could have been something that caused it. Well, obviously something caused the fire, but something could have caused the fire to come inside. And I've heard I've heard 2 cases already this week alone, or like last week too, that 2 people are already getting expelled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For what?
for illegal substances in their pocket.
Oh yeah. Like.
Don't say the names because we probably all know who it is.
Yeah.
But
And then we're gonna get like our buttholes blasted.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
but yeah, 2020 is just not a good year so far. I like to compare it to 2016 because that year was also
That was when everything went down. That was
A
2016. After Harambe's death, bam, gone.
no, but like even
It
if
was
that
before that too.
a bunch of no, but like it was really prominent like from 2016 to now.
Mm-hmm.
More celebrities have been dying because of
I
like.
thought the
drug
world would end in
overdose.
2012. They were wrong.
Dude, I'm gonna tell my kids I survived 2012.
I think the main reason why we perceive the world as like, you know, getting worse and worse is because the media, you know, they're
Uh-huh.
just they're broadcasting
They just
all
want
the
money.
terrible
They
stuff.
don't care about people's feelings.
If you go on CNN right now and the first 30, probably 20, 30 articles, they're all going to be negative, you know? And then there's just going to be one positive and then 30 more negative.
Mm-hmm.
The media is trying to like make us more depressed. And
Yeah.
sad.
No, it's because they want us not necessarily be depressed, just to go
They're like
on their website.
shocked. They try to like use shock value to get clicks and stuff.
And then people who are stupid share it, and then that spreads around the stupid or more stupid people who also share it. Then it leads back to us.
And then bam, everybody's getting bummed out about stuff.
Yeah, there's still rumors of wars though.
So we should just destroy the internet.
There are wars, and
Just
there
destroy
are
the
rumors
news
of
networks
wars.
because you know what? Personally, like Fox
other
News,
wars?
CNN, like there's wars everywhere.
There's
dude.
still like Afghanistan.
Yeah, but like that, I'm not counting that. Like anything in like World War III, like happened, quote unquote, but not necessarily. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to exactly
That was a
happen
rumor
this
of a
year.
war.
Yes, but they escalated it very much. It was not World War III. It was a debacle between 2 countries that other countries got involved in, and that was it.
They were taking sides.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Italy, you should go with Syria.
Australia. Basically,
because
switch
you know
places.
what? They're close to Germany.
If Australia and Italy switched places, all the problems would be fixed.
Let's just flood Australia.
Yeah.
Australia's already flooded, though. You have to remember.
Must light Italy
Well-
on fire.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
That's
I'm
fake
joking.
words.
For legal reasons, it's a joke.
For legal reasons, that is a joke.
It's like saying I said
For
that
legal
last
reasons, that's a joke.
time. I said that
Yeah,
last
well, that's fun.
time.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Basically, the World War III thing, in quotations, was basically just a more tame version of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Pretty
like,
much.
A very, very tame version of that.
Dude, the least amount, I think, personally for me, the Cold War did nothing. It was a stalemate the entire time. Nobody killed anybody. Nobody attacked anybody.
2 people pointing guns at each other. Just like,
It was basically like this. Nobody shot because their barrels, their
it's
holes.
like that scene
Nothing
from
was
The
loaded.
Office.
Yeah, but I think we should probably like wrap this up because you know what?
This has probably been going on for like an hour.
Probably about 50 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, we're-
Next time we should promote